Andy Stanley has a saying that everyone ends up somewhere, but few people end up somewhere on purpose. And I love that saying because that truly was one of the things that drew me to Mary Kay. It was understanding that life is meant to be intentional and life is meant for progress. And I don't think that's always something that I have grasped entirely through my life until I walked into this company and this business, realizing that a great part of the essence of Mary Kay is truly about the foundation of setting a goal in front of you and then reaching a goal and then making a decision to set a new goal and go after that goal. And if you don't reach the goal, to reset a goal. So with that being said, I'm going to lay a foundation about what I feel is remarkable about this company when you understand a little bit more about what we stand for, because truly it is a company that is a movement. It is a company that's all about a cause. It's a company that is for the sake of women. And Mary Kay founded this company for that very purpose, because she was a single parent. She was a single parent supporting her children, working for companies in which she would train men that they would place in positions above her after she was the one who educated them about the position and helped them understand. She was not making near as much money as the men were who were in her position, so she wanted to create, when she retired, a dream company. So here are the components of a dream company. I believe that in our company we transform women's lives, and I believe there are 4 different ways in which we do that, different areas. And my question to you, or my desire for you, would be which of the 4 areas that I'm going to speak about very quickly here is the one, maybe probably more than one, but what's the one that really speaks to you the most? What stirs your heart the most? What do you care about the most? And I truly believe it is a stirring of the heart, because when I was first exposed to Mary Kay, the woman who sponsored me into the company was sharing with me the philosophy of the company. And even though the marketing plan made sense to me and I understood how it was that you could make so much money because of this opportunity, it was when she said to me one statement that Mary Kay Ash did not believe in constructive criticism, that Mary Kay did not believe that criticism is ever constructive, that it's destructive, and that when you focus on a woman's strengths, her strengths will become stronger and her weaknesses will become less apparent. But if you focus on a woman's weaknesses, that's what becomes most apparent, and her soul will diminish as a result of that. And I loved that. I love that because I was teaching school currently and I was working with children, and I knew the power of positive reinforcement, and I also knew the challenge of criticism, because that's when a child digs their heels in and they don't want to listen or do or participate any longer. And I knew that adults were no different, that when we're criticized, we do dig our heels in and we do not desire to have a hope for the future or an excitement to move forward. So that one statement really was what hooked my heart about this company and this business opportunity. So for the 4 different quadrants, the very first one is financial. It's the finances. All of them start with F, and finances being the first has to do with how much money is available in Mary Kay and how it is we make our money. And so just as a thumbnail sketch, I'll give you an idea. There's actually 3 different areas that we can graduate into that can allow us certain streams of income. As a consultant, your streams of income are working with your customers, selling the product initially, establishing your customers, and building a team of women. And average part-time consultants in Mary Kay usually make between $5,000 and $25,000 a year. Part-time. And then a director is a position of leadership. A director is a woman who has graduated to a place where she has her own unit of women, and her responsibility is to train those women and help them with their successes and their business opportunity. And the cool thing about that is it's a leadership position. It's a servanthood leadership position. It's about the service of the women you lead, but also it's about how to perpetuate another person's success. And an average income for a director switches pretty dramatically. Consultants, $5,000 to $25,000 a year. Director is $5,000 to $25,000 a month. So it is a huge shift in income. But the cool thing about it is that you're training from what you've already done. So it is training other women to do what you have already walked. That's purely from experience. And I have learned that training comes in different venues. One is internal, a desire to be more than you currently are, a desire to learn more than you currently know, and a desire to do more than you ever have before. And that's internal. External is when there's something out there that you want and you're going after it and you want to attain it. And then experiential is that you learn value and lessons through everything that you do. Within every situation, there's something that you can learn from that you can take away from that can cause you to better yourself. So that of the three, consultant, director, there's a third, and that's national sales director. And national sales directors in our company are leaders of leaders. National sales directors work with the directors and help them work with their people. So there's always someone above you who is mentoring and helping you and stabilizing you and strengthening you. And national sales directors make anywhere from $300,000 a year on up over $1 million a year at this point in time. That's continuing to grow. So that's finances. And you know, my feeling is that when I was teaching school, I loved teaching school, but I was so limited in the income that I was able to make. No matter how many hours I put in, no matter how dedicated I was, there was a limit to it. And if you're going to work for a living, you might as well have the benefit of a lot of income available to you, because if you're going to take that time away from your family to be able to make even more money, just makes sense to me. And it gives you more options, opportunities, and can change the view in which your children look at the world, because you're able to position them in a different place in their life. That's finances. The other one's freedom and flexibility, and that pretty much speaks to you internally. Some people are just such freedom and flexibility people, owning their own business, calling their own shots, choosing their own hours, designing their own life, having something that you can build and grow and create a legacy with. That's freedom and flexibility. It's your choice and your design. Then number three, actually there's a lot compacted in number three. It's friends, fun, and frivolous. Frivolous are all the things that you hear about, like the diamond rings and the vacations, the excursions, the cars that you earn in Mary Kay, all the amazing things that sometimes even if women had the money, they wouldn't go purchase for themselves, but we belong to a company that gives it to us as a gift, and we can earn those things. It causes us to be motivated to want to, and it gives us a desire to run. There's lots of frivolous. The fun is really the relationships and what goes on with that kind of energy, and that our focus is always on the joy. In fact, there's a statement that says that age may cause wrinkles on a woman's face, but lack of joy in your life will cause wrinkles on your soul. And life is way too short to not be living in joy and to be exhilarated and excited and happy to wake up in the morning, looking forward to your day, jumping out of bed because you have things to do and places to go and people to see. And that truly is what I've found with this environment. And then the friends. Well, friends are, I guess how I usually position it is that the women in our company are mentally healthy and emotionally stable. And I say that because I believe when you're others focused and you're helping other women with the product or helping them with believe in themselves, that when you're others focused, then you are mentally healthy and emotionally stable, because you're not thinking about what you're lacking in your life. You're not thinking about what you're frustrated about. And whatever you focus on is what you expand into your life. If you're others focused, you're expanding good stuff. If you're looking for the good, seeking it out and celebrating it, then that's exactly what will come. It will multiply into your life. So having friends that are of that quality is a gift. It's absolutely a blessing in your life, because women in that category give you advice based on health, based on good stuff, based on what's best for you, what they believe for you, and they challenge you to be your best, and they cause you to want to have greater character, and they celebrate your successes with you. And I know that many of you have had friends that haven't done any of those three things. So that in itself is a gift. And then the last one is foundational growth. And the question I always ask with this one is, if you had 10 times more personal self-confidence than you have at this moment, would your life look different? And if it would look different, what would be different about your life? The benefit of personal self-confidence. I believe that's where the Holy Spirit truly resides in our soul. Really, it surges within us. The more confident we are, the better stuff we can do. The more situations we'll walk into, the focus is on the other person. I mean, it's just such a great thing. And I believe that the Holy Spirit just really is able to come alive even more so when we are not containing and we are not captive in our insecurities and our indecision. So that foundational growth is tremendous. And I watch women every day accomplish things they never thought they could do because of that growth. And that growth happens because of other people's belief in them, and because we do challenge you to step outside your fears, outside your comfort zones, and into uncertainty sometimes. Because really living in the land of familiar is not all that fun. But living beyond your comfort zone is when your greatest of blessings reside. God calls us out of what we know into what we don't know, so that we can really learn what He has for us. It's not what we see before us that our life is, it's where we know He can take us. So if I were to bring all this together and suggest that there's a benefit in this business for every woman listening to this, I truly feel that every woman in the world should spend at least a year of their life in this company because of all those 4 reasons that could benefit you. So here's my question. If finances would cause your life to be less stressful, if you would have more opportunities and possibilities, and you wouldn't be bogged down about what you can't afford, and would consider what you'd do if you had the ability to give and contribute more, why would you wait? And if friends and fun and frivolous, that would be your reason, the fact that you could add that quality into your life and that it would color your life from such a beautiful filter, and it would support you and encourage you and cause you to think a new thought and consider a new possibility, if that would benefit you, if there would be things that you could achieve and earn and have that could cause you to have a little more luxury in your life and be pampered a little bit more and just enjoy the finer things, if that speaks to you, then why would you wait? And if freedom and flexibility would be the reason, if it would be the opportunity to choose, if it would be to have the freedom to not have to be at a job for 40 hours and come when they say and leave when they tell you can go, and only take vacation at certain points in time, if that speaks to your heart, and you could start something part-time that would at least give you an option down the road to have even more freedom and flexibility, then why would you wait for that? Why would you put that on hold? And if it's the foundational growth, if that's the real thing that speaks to you the most, then I would say, oh my goodness, I can't imagine living my life another moment with less self-esteem and self-confidence than I could have, because that affects everything. It affects the kind of mom you are, the kind of wife you are, the kind of friend you are, the kind of sister you are. It affects how you view the world. And the cool thing about having more self-confidence is that you stop second-guessing yourself. You stop worrying about the decisions that you're going to make, and then you just make decisions. And you stop worrying and having great anxiety, because you know that faith is the substance of things that are hoped for. And it is the evidence of things not seen. It is to learn to walk by faith and not by sight. It is to learn that you always do land on your feet, And bad things might happen in threes, but good things happen in thousands, one after another, after another, after another. It's the outlook on the world changes when your confidence grows. So why in the world would you ever wait for that? Don't put that on hold. If this is a consideration, don't think it into the ground. Don't deliberate all over it. Just give it a shot, because we would be standing here with open arms. And that is our greatest passion, is that the more women that can benefit from the tremendous gift that this company and opportunity is, the greater the movement.